Hello everyone, this is Venus Brown. Today I'm going to be reacting to The Crown, Season 5, Episode 4, Annus Horribilis. Of course, based on a horrible year. One of the things that happened that year was that Windsor Castle burned, and the aftermath of that fire is what is in my backdrop. And then there were also the other events from multiple royal family members opting for divorce. This, of course, looked very bad on the news, and it was a major part of the news. So if I do have some commentary on their real lives within the news, that is what it's based off. But again, as I've said in previous episodes, I am reacting to the show, not their real lives. This is my reaction to this show and its presentation. And that's the show in its entirety, from season 1 all the way to now. Past episodes in previous seasons may affect some of my judgments of what's going on now.
The stark admission of failure and a horrible year for the royal family could be seen as a plea for sympathy and forgiveness after what can only be described as a turbulent 12 months. It might not be what she gets.
And here it is. The intro for The Crown, Season 5. If you like this content, you can go ahead and click that thumbs up button. If you like, you can click the bell to subscribe. And if you click all, you'll get notifications whenever new content is loaded. You can share it or even save it to watch later if you like. That's totally up to you. It's no one else's decision, just yours. And now, here it comes. The Crown.
In your royal life or your personal life as well?
When you have a sister who is Supreme Governor of the Church of England and Defender of the Faith, it's sometimes a little difficult to separate the two.
This part reminds me of some of the Audible originals that I have.
Any favourite dance partners over the years?
I certainly won't be disclosing that.
Is music your first love?
Interesting to note what endures. Some that remain and become lasting loves, and some that fade and one realizes were probably never true loves at all.
Thankfully, music has been a constant in my life, and I expect it shall remain so.
Stardust by Hoagy Carmichael.
Dear Margaret, it is possible this letter will come as a nasty intrusion rather than a pleasant surprise. I'm planning a rare visit to London from the Ile-de-France.
Peter Townsend. HMS Vanguard, where you and Peter
Fell in love.
But of course it was love. At the very first glance.
1947.
Philip had just proposed. I'd said yes, please, Papa said, hoping you would come.
I was losing my senses on early morning rides.
Happily married, one hears. Grandchildren?
Push.
I think I might.
Let her have this bit of happiness.
Got some tea.
Might want something a little stronger than that.
Well, I have coffee, but I drank it all, not
quiet.
alcohol strong.
Not surprising Sarah felt a bit neglected. In all things considered, Steve was actually a pretty decent bloke.
Who was carrying on with your wife?
And there's another one now. A financial advisor.
For heaven's sake.
With more photographs to come. Sucking Sarah's toes, Mummy.
Now this stuff was all over the news.
My
There's no
friend from time to time
escaping news presentations of what was going on.
And if he was that hungry, he could have just ordered a sandwich.
All the royal
Awesome
family
stuff.
madness.
So-
I get why. It was a horrible year.
I'm left with no option but the D word.
Diplomacy. Détente.
Right.
It's asking too much to say duty.
Divorce, Mum. She's had enough. I don't blame her.
She was a breath of fresh air.
Modern, relatable, buckets of fun. Doing this family. Destroy anyone that's different. No one with any character, originality, Spark has a place in the system.
And this is my main argument. Presentation in this
It was
channel
a great
is
pleasure to
how
hear from
much
you
the
again, and I
system
look forward to
destroys
seeing you on the
lives.
7th.
My hatred
Unchanged
really
since
is
our
for
last
this
meeting in
system that
1955.
keeps them in these situations where they're marrying people that aren't tenable, destroy their lives, and mess up the reputation of the royal family as well. I do like her dress. I'm not too fond of the puffiness, but that is my favorite color. The hot pink and like pinkish purple colors, I just love them.
The royal highness.
Peter. Does he have a name? Tim. Does he make you happy? Are you in love?
I think I am.
Does everyone disapprove?
Almost certainly.
Certainly.
Then dig in.
Dig in.
Fight for.
This song used to be your cutest day.
I know, but
I'm afraid I must insist.
And you see how her dress bunches in the back, right at the waistline. So I like that too. I like it a little bit lower on the waist though. I have a white dress like that, kind of a cream color. And I really love it. It looks kind of like a Marilyn Monroe dress.
Some things I'd like to return to you. Your letters.
oh,
Not as a rejection. They're so precious. Anything should happen. I'd hate to see them fall into the wrong hands.
thoughtful of you.
But not what I wanted
As it
to hear.
happens, I kept all your letters too.
I thought there was more to it. And that too thing was also on a couple of the videos of the Queen. A lot of these were in
So many
commemoration of
riveting
her
things
death,
to read
but
too.
I think some of them were actually created
Anyway,
before she died.
Tim,
On BBC and one
I'm here to say we
National Geographic.
intend for it to be permanent. As in, till death do us part. Are you sure it wouldn't be wise to wait just a little?
Yep,
Darling.
this is the answer.
That wasn't the
Frequently
end
is
of the
thrown at them when
The
royal
victim is endowed you with
family
this is still alive,
want
as you well know, is not only frowned upon, it is forbidden.
I, of all people, hardly need reminding of the requirements of being in this family.
5 engagements a day, 300 days a year for the past 24 years.
Well, you cannot have all of me. Wait.
He's like, I'm going to make sure everyone knows.
My darling Margaret, it was reckless of you to visit me in my office today. Reckless and magnificent. I do love you so. They're banishing me, sending me away like a criminal. To ask her to marry me. I know you will feel betrayed by this decision.
Will you now finally agree that official separation is the only sensible course?
Been no stranger this year to my children's marital difficulties. But while Anne's and Andrew's problems are deeply distressing, yours are in a category of their own because you, as future king, are in a category of your own. It's expected for the monarch to be married and produce an heir. Being happily married is a preference.
You also took a solemn promise to maintain and protect the crown. Family breakdown out there, and then look at us. Margaret divorced. Anne divorced.
Right.
Andrew humiliated and heading for divorce. Me trapped and dreaming of divorce. And you talk about moral examples.
Begins to look like parental failure, the gravest kind. And yet the Duke of Edinburgh and I could not have been more clear with the children about how important we consider marriage to be.
I have every sympathy. My own daughter is divorced. My son is separated. All we can do is ask for God's guidance.
Now, in real history, didn't the Catholic Church at some point change their stance on marriage and divorce? At least a bit.
It went up like a tinderbox. The entire North Terrace is ravaged by flames, destroying some of Britain's most priceless treasures.
There's videos that I watched. They did say that this actually occurred because some curtains caught on fire, lamp or something like that. happened by accident. Here is my backdrop.
More than 100 rooms, including 9 staterooms, destroyed. Whole afternoon in the Crimson Room, locked in conversation.
We're excitedly making plans for our future.
With such certainty and conviction, Crimson Room did not survive. What made you write to me after all that time?
No life goes on forever. I had that made clear to me by my doctor. I heard a radio interview with you, and I suppose I wanted to know if our love, in the context of a whole life, had been a fleeting one or a lasting one.
And I will always love you.
Questioning over how... Imagine multiple suspects, each with their own perfectly plausible motive to burn the place down.
Diana?
Frustrated after years of neglect, she just... Andrew... at his own mother for having led him to believe his whole life that he was irresistible, to discover his principal role is to be humiliated. Me?
Why would you do that?
What she denied me. Peter Townsend, without sun and water, how many times has Philip done something? How many times have you said a silent prayer of gratitude for him and thought to yourself, if I didn't have him, I'd never be able to do it? And you denied me him.
I denied you as queen.
Is what counts. A prohibition, incidentally. You are not now extending to Anne.
That is different.
How is it different? The situation is identical in every way except for the outcome.
Oh yeah, I found out she lived to be like 102 years old or something like that.
Thank you, Peggy.
That's why she's still there.
That I am made of flesh and blood. We have fallen short in our duty as a family and owe them an apology.
Word shouldn't be in your vocabulary. I'm not sure there's anything to be gained by that.
Yes, there is. She's done God's will about as immaculately as any human for the past 40 years. And it's our job to support her. Unconditionally.
Since when have you sung that tune?
Since day one he sung that tune. Day one. 1992 is not a year on which I shall look back with undiluted pleasure. Turned out to be an annus horribilis.
1992 is my junior and
Must be the
senior
same
year
bench
high school.
to which we, my family, have quite literally been my sun and water.
This system, horribly hard on the rest of you.
You too.
That's the job.
But jobs can be very hard on a person. Massive responsibility to that many institutions and that many people.
I have to get sloshed on my own.
With rum.
Rum.
Like some pipe.
Oh my God.
No, rum.
My dog.
I'm here with brandy and sherry.
Brandy and sherry.
What does that say about us?
That was The Crown, Season 5, Episode 4. I thought for all that had happened that year that made it such a horrible year, it was actually handled quite moderately. I definitely see how it just felt kind of like those moments that you have in life when it rains, it pours, like that. Like everything is just happening and there's no let up. As I said earlier, I am also still doing Heartstopper videos. I have started on Season 2. I am also going to start on Season 4 of Sex Education. And this will be my first time reaction to both Season 2 of Heartstopper and Season 4 of Sex Education. In my own life, I got a call from my sister yesterday. It was her birthday and she was feeling very down. And I think her daughter also was having a massive panic attack. And, I could sense that stress in her voice and the fear in her daughter's voice. And so I offered to come up and visit for a little while to offer a little bit of help. My best estimates are between a week from now and a month from now. I'm still going to be trying to do reactions and my vlog posts and everything It may be altered a little bit because I will be limited on time, and I will probably also have a fairly shoddy internet connection, which could cause some serious problems, but I will do my best to get each of the videos out. I am going to be trying to hold to that schedule of the Crown episodes, Sex Education episodes, and Heartstopper episodes, one each every week. Eventually, I do plan on doing episodes of Death Note. I just have made no decision on when that will start. So, just so everyone knows, that's all I have for you now, and I'll see you next week. Bye.